Okay, welcome to my office. That's the Barnes & Noble, by the way. And I've been here doing my sweeps forms just like I encourage you to do. Hi, my name is Scott Turner, and welcome to the Sweepstakes Superstar. This is the Accelerator video, and the Accelerator started off as a Zoom call, and I quickly discovered that is the least effective way to get you accelerated. I had a PowerPoint and a video loaded up, and I would take questions at the end, and maybe I could forget something or stumble through something, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to deliver the best possible video I can and answer the most common questions, which were thankfully few, because this course is so straightforward. It's easy. There's just nothing to really get hung up on. So we'll handle your questions in advance. The first one was taxes. Yeah, you need to pay taxes if you're making money. The casinos do not issue you like a tax form such as a 1099. So if you're making money and you're doing this, you should talk with an accountant. That is my tax advice. All right, moving on. The next question was, should you or can you fill out forms if you're not fully registered with your casinos? Well, in the course, one of the casinos wouldn't issue you postal codes unless you were fully registered. Perhaps you are familiar with, there's 2 phases of registration, and I go over them with you in the course and in the Accelerator video, and it's not complicated. It's what so many newbies out there don't do. They would just get registered in one phase and they forget about the other phase, which is the most important one. That's how you get paid. I cover that in the course. It's not complicated, I promise you. So my answer to that question is, try to get fully registered anyway. But the answer is yes, you can. If they issue you postal codes, you can go ahead and start writing to them. But why not go ahead and get that in your rearview mirror? Go ahead and get fully registered, which is not hard. You can do it all at the same time. I show you in the course. And well, go ahead and enjoy the accelerated video and get into the course and start cranking out your sweeps form so you can get paid. Welcome aboard. See you on the other side. Okay, welcome aboard everybody. This is the Sweepstakes Superstar Accelerator call, and we're not going to mess around. We're going to jump in right now and get things going. Just to let you know, this section that you're watching right now, it is pre-recorded. Why? Well, I've got a lot of moving parts here that could fall apart on us, and we need to get you going fast. And of course, rest assured, I am here, the real version of me, and I'll be available at the end to take your questions. But why not do it right the first time and make sure we stick the landing with this pre-recorded presentation? Because anyway, the presentation is the same every week, so why not give you the best version every week? Okay, so so the purpose of the Accelerator is to get you registered with our chosen online casinos as soon as humanly possible, to get you writing sweepstakes as soon as humanly possible, so you can get paid as soon as humanly possible. So again, welcome aboard. And so the very first video in your course, it's a welcome sequence. You'll see me on a mountaintop, and I basically lay down the law of the land, and that is you must fill out sweepstakes forms in order to get paid. I still do it to this day. I don't just sell this course. I am walking the walk as well as talking the talk. All right, and we're not online gambling every day. It is about filling out your sweepstakes forms and sending them off. It's the alchemy. They become the money. I still have a template. By the way, I would like for you to get an envelope and a scratch piece of paper if you have not done so already. And if you don't have this stuff yet, no problem. Just a regular pen and piece of paper. We are going to do a little exercise here. I'm going to do your very first template with you. And you might need a little piece of Scotch tape to keep these together. But, I'm well over a year in this. I've got this memorized. I can do it in my sleep, but I still use a template and encourage you to do so as well. All right, so moving right along. What to expect? Well, you are going to be on an emotional roller coaster. And this module right here, I document the journey of my very first student. And at first he was like, "This is awesome." And then it wasn't long before he was like, "Something's wrong, man." And then he's back to, "This is awesome." So this happens to be the worst case scenario that you can expect to happen. It took my first student 3 months to get paid. Now, the casinos have moved things along considerably faster now. So this is the worst case scenario, and he's happy as a clam now, and his wife is doing it. So I thought it would be really important that you see this so you know what to expect, because you're going to be writing out a lot of stuff, you're going to be sending it off, and you're not going to hear diddly squat. So you need to know that, prepare yourself emotionally, that you're going to feel like you're doing it for nothing. And there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And so be sure and watch this video here in your course. So the next one is understanding sweepstakes. And that is, why in the world would these casinos do this? It makes no sense. Why would they take pieces of paper and give us money for them? Well, this video explains why. That sweepstakes has been around for over 200 years, and there's a reason it's working for both parties. So don't lose a wink of sleep at night that you're participating in this, that you're somehow ripping off a casino. Remember, this is their rules. They want us to do this. We're simply following their rules. So it's all good in the hood on that. All right. Okay, so Module 3, we cover your materials, and you're obviously going to need a beer and a beach to get this thing done. So you better bring it. In all seriousness, this is just to demonstrate that just because we can work from home doesn't mean we have to work from home. We can work from anywhere. I've done this stuff in the vet's office, from waiting on my tires to get rotated. Like, you can take this thing anywhere. Here, let me show you. Here's the materials. Try starting a business using less materials than what we've got going on right here. And you don't even need some of this stuff on this page. So stamps, obviously, that's really going to be your biggest expense. Envelopes, and I've got links to you for everything. You can get all this stuff sent right to your front door, no problem. Blue pens, this is pretty darn important. One of our 4 casinos specifies that you use non-black ink, and so a good default to black is blue, and so blue, you're going to be pretty much safe with anything. And so make sure you get blue pens. I've got the link to my favorite blue pen right now. Sucker's made in Japan. It's like the Toyota of pens, and I'm loving them, and I hope you will as well. And I harp quite a bit in the course about white note cards. White note cards have a lot of friction. Once you write a few hundred of these things out, I describe it in the course as like pushing something across your driveway, and then once you get a hold of paper, it's like putting wheels under that thing you were pushing across the driveway. So just get white note cards. If you're horsing to get in, and you don't want to wait on Amazon, and you can't fight white scratch papers like I couldn't, I don't live in a huge metropolitan area, I had to get note cards. So enough said on that. Note cards, last resort. All right, and then whiteout, you will need whiteout. Definitely get that. Backpack, if you want to get out of the house, you need to schlep this stuff around. Backpack's a good idea. Lap desk, you're going to want that lap desk. Target should give me a commission on these lap desks because people are loving them. They're great. So they have a little charger in them, for crying out loud. They're terrific. Get yourself a lap desk. And then, of course, a little folding camping chair if you're going to get out and about. All right, moving right along. So in the course, I talk about our 2 main casinos here, which are Chumba and Pulse. And they are competitors. And these guys, if you're Googling, casinos that participate in sweepstakes like we like, these are your 2 most solid things that are going to come up when you're searching. And like I said, they are competitors like Coke and Pepsi. But the reason why I bring that up is because I show you a grand total of 4 casinos. And 3 out of the 4 belong to, we'll call VGW Coke. And, this is like your Sprite and Mr. Pibb and Coca-Cola. And then, Pulse is kind of like, RC Cola hanging out over here. It's solid though, but I just wanted you to know, how this system works. And when you write to Chumba or Lucky Land or Global, they are 3 separate casinos, but physically on your sweepstakes forms, they go to the exact same address. I mean, even down to the post office box. So anyway, that's kind of weird and neat at the same time, but they are different entities. And so most of the folks on this phone call are going to be in America and probably not in Nevada. So all 4 of our casinos, we're good to go, right? But I do sell this course in Canada, and so your choices are cut in half. You've got Global and Chumba available to you. And if you live in Nevada for some reason, Pulse is not available to you there. But anyway, I just sort of made this chart here for you to help you understand what you got going on. And I wanted 2 casino choices to be available to everybody, at least 2 for everybody, and that's why I went to the trouble to do this. And I recommend writing to at least 2 casinos, and I'll tell you why coming up here. Let's get registered with casino number 1. So in this video, I show you how to get onboarded with our first casino, which I primarily write to Chumba Casino. And the things that you're going to need, it's just regular stuff for phase 1. And so, don't get overwhelmed, because once you look at it, it's like, oh, that's no big deal. First and last name, email address, password, yeah, I can do that. And then they'll send you a confirmation through your email. And upload a credit or debit card. So the reason why I include that is because new customers always get the coolest offers, right, as opposed to the existing customers. So they're going to make what I call these too good to be, what is it? Too good to be true offers. Basically saying like, hey, 30 sweeps coins for $10, that's a good offer. I would take that. I have taken it, and I advise you to take it, because I've been with them over a year now, and they don't make those offers anymore to me. Every now and again, I'll get a buy one, get one free. I jump on those. But, just want you to be ready. I'm not, horsing for you to spend money. I just don't want you to miss opportunity. And remember, this is money in. We don't spend a lot of money, cash, with our cards at these casinos. I just want you to be ready in case a good opportunity comes up, So that brings us to phase 2, which is all about verification. So many people get on board with these casinos, and they don't understand why it's easy to put money in, but they can't take money out, because it's a two-way street. And so I'll show you in the course, of course, phase 2, which is money out of the casino, and it's just all about verification. So you need to have your driver's license ready. You need to have your proof of residential address ready. So it's a utility bill or a bank statement. And then, of course, you need a bank statement. So it's kind of redundant right here, but at any rate, now you know. So a bank statement will take care of that. And, of course, the statement, the address needs to jive with your driver's license, and it can't be older than 3 months old. It must be legible. So it's pretty simple, really. I know it looks like a lot of stuff, but it's really simple. But you do need to realize it's a two-way street, and you need to follow through. You're going to need a canceled check or blank check, really. It's just like with your employer, likely, if you're on auto draft, that routing number, that account number. And remember, they're not drafting money out of your checking account. This is money coming to you. So don't get uptight loading this stuff up right here on this end of it. Moving right along. All right, so module 5, let's get registered with casino number 2. Well, that's Pulse. So we do the exact same thing. So all these casinos, they're the same but different. Now, Pulse is kind of a strange animal as far as loading stuff up. It's not very obvious what to do, and that's why I went through the trouble of making this video. It was a pain in the butt, but it will help you. If you do know better than onboarding to Chumba, great, but shoot for Pulse as well. You want at least 2 casinos, and I'll tell you why. There is a method to my madness, which brings us here. All right, so module 6, Alchemy 101, and it's straight up alchemy. I mean, I don't know of any other way to turn something into cash. I mean, it's paper into cash. We're writing stuff down. I show you all right here. Matter of fact, I've got a video ready to go. This is where you need to grab your pen, your paper, your envelope, and whatever. If you have a sheet of notebook paper, make that work, because you need this template, and we're going to make it happen right now. All right, welcome aboard to this video where we're going to learn how to write to Chumba Casino. That's our primary casino for us folks in the United States and Canada. So let's go ahead and hop into the computer here. We're at www.chumbacasino.com, and we're going to learn how to write sweepstakes right now. This is the video where the rubber meets the road, baby. All right, so in this area where we live, we don't mess with any of this stuff. We go to table games. That's our jam. That's what makes us the money. But we're not going to be doing any, playing. This is all about how to get our sweepstakes entry information. So there's a high likelihood that, what I'm telling you will jive with exactly what's on the site, but I'm teaching you to fish. You need to know where this stuff is. By the way, while this is coming up here, of course press pause if you need to, but you're going to need an envelope and a 4x6 slip here, because we're making templates. That's the secret. You want to have templates. We're going to do 4 casinos, grand total in this course, and you want to have templates set up for all 4 of them, ready to rock. And so I'm going to go through what, the bad things that you can do, pitfalls, and of course the right way. And so you will need to know where to send these guys and what to write on them. And so postal request codes, the reason why we're here is that each entry, coincidentally for all 4 casinos, requires a postal request code at the top, and it's how they process them, our entries, efficiently and accurately. And I'm not going to press this right now because it's going to reset it. I'll show you in a whole separate other video dedicated to this, but we'll touch on it the very end here. It's super simple, no big deal. But just take time to read this stuff. So to receive free sweeps coins by postal request, you need to write a unique postal request code on each request. See section 3.2D of the sweeps rules. So 3.2D, you want to remember that. That's going to come up over and over and over again for us with the rest of these casinos. So let's go over here. Let's click Sweeps Rules. And here we go. Section 1. Section 2. Section 3.2. Diggity D. Here we go. This is us. All right, and so it talks about, the stamp number 10 envelope, and of course the 4x6 unfolded blank unlined card that we covered in the material section of the course. So we're good to go right there. And this is where we send our request. So United States, this is the most recent address I've got. It has changed recently. That's why you need to make sure and check that this jives, because you don't want to send it to the wrong place. And then our friends in Canada, this is where you send yours to. All right, so let's go ahead and take a minute, and I want to show you some pitfalls that can happen to you if you're not careful. This is where I'm making my money. This is if you write and send them in like this, you're going to get hosed. For example, if you, contribute to Shriners, St. Jude's, SPCA, those organizations like to send you these return address stickers, which are so darn handy. Well, do not use those for this situation. It's going to get you disqualified. Here, I'll show you. Participants must handwrite their return address on the front of the envelope and the words sweepstakes entries. So, here is the right way. You want to write your address. You need to write out street, boulevard, route, loop, circle, whatever it is you live on. You need to write it out. Can't abbreviate it. So you want to make sure and do that. Sweepstakes entries, I've had no trouble writing it right around in there, and it's worked like a charm every single time. All right, let's come back here. We're going to pick on U.S. residents here. Well, shoot, it works the same for Canadians too here. VGW Games Limited, Chumba Casino Sweepstakes Department. All right, well, where could we go wrong there? Well, if we're tempted to take a shortcut on the return address, why wouldn't you want to abbreviate? Heck, I'd want to. VG Games Ltd, Department, DEPT. Why the heck not? Don't do that. It's going to get you disqualified. All right, so, it's the devil's in the details. And by the way, just in case, this is how I put this template together. I'm sure you're just pulling your hair out, trying to figure out how to pull it off that magic trick. And of course, whiteout. Whiteout's your buddy. You're going to want to have that around. All right, where were we here? So we've pretty much got the envelope covered. Don't abbreviate. Don't use these handy-dandy stickers. Don't do it. And write it out. All right, cool. So let's move on to the actual sweepstakes form. In the top left-hand corner, you may put one unique postal request code. See Sweepstakes Rules 3.3 for further information on that. Really all you need to know is you use one per card, and they expire after 90 days. And they can be obtained in the previous page that got us here. And of course, I'll show you that, no problem. I got a whole video dedicated just to that, and of course, I'll show you at the very end of this video. So here's our postal request code. It happens to be 12 digits, and you put it at the top left, and that's basically all they need really to process our request accurately. But they're not going to let us get off with just that. Of course not. They need for us to write, well, they want for us to write the full name as shown on your government issued ID. So, you know, that part when I registering, when I said, hey, put your straight up real name, no nicknames. If you go by your middle name, you know, just suck it up. Yeah, so this is, you know, your full name. And then, of course, under that is the email. And under that, your street address, non-abbreviated again. And then you might remember at some point during your education where your teacher said, hey, your social security number, you're going to need to know that for the rest of your life. That's kind of the way it is with these next two sentences. And this is what we write out on all of our entries, the following statement. I wish to receive Sweeps coins capitalized. This is why making the template is important. Sweeps coins capitalized to participate in the sweepstakes promotions offered by Chumba Casino capitalized. By submitting this request, comma, I hereby declare that I have read, comma, understood and agreed to be bound by Chumba Casino's terms and conditions capitalized and sweeps rules capitalized. There you go. And it's all written out. As neat as I can do. If you get sloppy, they will let you know. If you send them in with an expired postal code, they will let you know. But that's it. It's not that complicated, but you need to know where to get this stuff, how to make sure it's accurate, and I've shown you the pitfalls. So no reason to drag on the video, except let me go ahead and show you the postal request code real quick here. By the way, it talks about 3.3. Here it is. 3.3 is right next. A postal request code, unique combination of 12 digits, and expires 90 days after it's displayed. All right, and of course the purpose is its effective processing. We've talked about that. I gotcha. All right, so let's kick it back to where we would get postal request codes. So we go ahead and click that, and it's going to have you solve a rinky-dink puzzle, and submit it, get your code, record it. I like taking screenshots. I used to write them down. And I've got a way of organizing them, which I'll show you in the postal request code video. And voila. And by the way, don't copy this code. It's not going to do you any good. You know, talking to the other guy, not you. But there you go. Cool. All right. So make your template, and I'll see you in the next video. And we're just going to keep going. I'm going to show you how to do this on all 4 of our casinos. Easy peasy. First and foremost, every sweepstakes form and envelope must be filled out by you and no one else. Real human beings look at your forms and scrutinize if there's been any chicanery. So there can be no mechanical tricks for increasing your production. There can be only one sweepstakes form per envelope. Each envelope containing a form at the time of making this video is worth 5 sweeps coins that Chumba will credit you. It must be legible, so let's not get in a hurry. My policy is that I may not dot every I do cross every T. Okay, so I hope you did that. That's going to be really important. You're going to need to make a template sooner or later, so you might as well get it knocked out now. So here we are in Module 8, and Module 8 and 9. Module 8 has 3 videos, and Module 9 has 1. And what that is you're going to watch me cash out in large sums of money in Chumba and both Pulse casinos. So that's really cool. It is long. I've got these videos here for you primarily for transparency. You know, if there's somebody out there that thinks, man, I think you're full of crap, Scott, this is to dispel that. These videos show you every single play I make to bring this and turn it into cash money. And you know, it's good strategy too. So you ought to put your best foot forward and try to watch as much of these as possible. I'm going to get you onto a casino or 2 or 3 or 4 maybe on this video. And so the way you start off is you want to be in the habit of logging into our chosen casinos every single day. Why? Free money. You know, if you walked out of your front door every day and there was $1 on your stoop, wouldn't you bend over and pick it up? Absolutely. What if there's about $4? Well, it's about kind of the same thing with 4 casinos. So with Chumba, very first thing, every day they give you $1 a day. That's $365 a year. All right, and then so our other casinos, they're not consistently $1 a day, but the more you log in, the more probability you're going to get more money. For example, right here, this is Lucky Land. I don't play Lucky Land. I just accumulate free money here and then eventually play and cash it in. And occasionally, if they give me a too good to be true offer, I'll jump on it. But so, for example, here I've been logging on to Lucky Land, say a month straight, and it's $1 a day with a $3 bonus. Cool. Well, if I stop tomorrow, if I miss tomorrow, this would reset to like 30 cents a day. So just it's a habit building exercise. You want to log on to all 4, and that's what I do. So that's what I recommend. You got nothing to lose, right? If you play 2 and log on to all 4, it's not like you're out anything. So, all right, I wanted you to see that, and now let's go to a real casino and get some money. So just a rule of thumb, our 2 primary casinos, Chumba and Pulse, will allow you to redeem your sweeps coins into cash at $100. However, Lucky Land and Global Poker will allow you to redeem at $50. And I'll show you something that will help you. I just got a drop yesterday, and about $700. Wow, I kind of jumped the gun on that. All right, so let me show you. All right, come over here to the menu and come down to My Account. Now looky here, we have Account Verification. That is where you go to get fully onboarded for Phase 2 registration for Chumba Casino, by the way. All right, so Purchase and Prize History. So it's telling us that they dropped $710 on me in sweeps coins. So that $710 cost me, you just divide by 5, 142 of these guys to get $710. So I've been playing a little bit, all right, and so I've already got $275 on its way to me. So what I wanted to show you is this. This is really key. This is what the casinos are banking on us not doing, and that's discipline. But they give you the tools for the discipline right here. So, all right, let's go to table games. I'm going to play around with you and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so to redeem money from Chumba, you need to have $100 in redeemable coins. So what I do, my rule of thumb is, as soon as I have $100 in redeemable coins, I rat hole them. I pull them off the table. And so right here, I have $0 because I've just redeemed. My balance is $394. I've unplayed $394. So this is how this changes. I'm going to show you right now. All right. In the course, I play mostly this version of blackjack, but I've grown to like this version because you can play multiple hands at one time. Now it sucks when you lose all those hands, but it's great when you win them all. But sometimes you win some, lose some. So I'll show you what I mean here. Let's turn this volume down a little bit. All right, so we make sure we're in sweeps coins mode. All right, and we're gonna put, I like to do 5, 5, 10 in the middle, 5 and 5. There's no mathematical, like scientific reason. I've just had good luck with it. All right, and by the way, I've already got our blackjack strategy ready to rock. This link is already in your module 8, so no worries there. But it takes all the guesswork out, you know. So 13 with an 8. I remember from the chart that we hit on that. All right, 20. Well, that's a no-brainer. We're going to stay on that. All right, 19 to 8. We're going to stay on that. 14 to 8. We hit. 19, we're going to stay. All right, 12 versus an 8, we're going to hit on that. You start to memorize the chart. and 18 we're going to stay. All right, let's see what she's got. Come on. 18. All right, so we won and we tied and we lost one. You see? Now let's see how this affects what I can redeem. All right, so $45 were played. So you do that 1.5, 2 more times, and we can pull money off the table. So do you see there? That is the filtering process. That in the course I use this big contraption, but that's the catch. You can't just say, hey, thank you for this money. You got to play. That's the catch. And as soon as you hit $100, pull it off the table until you get to 0, and then stop. That's it. All right, so just a reminder, to toggle between sweeps coins and gold coins, you just click this guy right here. But to find your redeemable amount of sweeps coins, you just click this guy. And so when you do reach the amount of $100 in redeemable sweeps coins and you want to go ahead and pull that off the table, you just come on over here to the menu button, and there's redeem, plain as day. Click that guy. In this next screen, it looks exactly like it does on Global Poker because Chumba and Global are the same people. Also looks the same on Lucky Land. Hope that helps. Let's get back. These casinos are just banking on us being degenerate gamblers, and I hate gambling, so this works great for me. This is just filtering money. All right, Pulse, I got a little money there. Let's go see what's going on with these guys. I only got $46, can't do much with that, but I'll show you. All right, we're going to go to casino games, and right here Pulse shows you what you can do. So you want to know where these tools are so you can keep your eyes on your money and the status and what you can pull off the table, and when to call her done. So I like their version of Texas Hold'em. All right, and no matter how you tell them, no, I'm not interested, that thing still pops up. So that's just life. All right, and we'll do set coins. I like to do about $1.50. One, and it adds up. It doesn't seem like much at all, but the cool thing about Texas Hold'em for Pulse is you can minimize your losses and maximize your gains. So I always just proceed at this point. So there we go. We have a pair, but the guy you're playing against, well, I don't know what he's got. But anyway, I'm not going to school you in how to play Texas Hold'em. Save that for the course. So I'm going to put a little coin on that. 7. It's still a pair. I'm just going to chill out. I'm not going to bet anymore. Let's see what happens. Hey, I won that one. Cool. So let's see how it affects our money. That's the whole point of this. All right, so you see this little tabby thing? All right. So I can now pull $10.50 off that table. And you keep doing that until you hit 100, and then redeem. All right, cool. All right, so moving right along. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the cherry on top and talk numbers here. The numbers have been pretty darn consistent since we started this thing. In the course, I go over the numbers. This is the exact same sheet that I use, except there's more data on it now. And everything is consistently, I'm still consistently quadrupling my money. Look right here, I hit 7.7x on this one. Now, have I had some down days? Yeah, I did dip below the quadrupling my money, I must confess. I hit 3.5 right here. So if you round up, it's still quadrupling. I hate to be, use technical terms. That kind of sounds douchey to me. But, this is life. And for the most part, we're doing pretty darn sweet. I mean, look at this. It's simple math. 98 mail-ins, 24 mail-ins. Okay, mail-ins equal dollars. We've assigned a value of $1 per sweepstake that we send in. We're turning $24 right here into $104 right here. $98 right here into $518 right here. You just can't beat it with a stick, folks. And one really great thing about this is while I was teaching this course, we were getting drops about once a month. It was agonizing. Man, to be doing it way back then, look at this. Well, now we're about once a week. It's been once a week, consistent, steady Eddie with both Chumba and Pulse for the bulk of 2023. I'm happy to report that at the time of making this video in July of 2023 because stuff changes. But here's the data. Math tells it true, and facts are facts. So, and I document the heck out of this stuff. For example, like, let's see here. I had it pulled up. Come here, like 617 with, well, let me see. So, let's see. So my Pulse in on June 12th, 1,247 sweeps coins. Available to redeem, 0 right here. There it is. It's tagged. All right, and then we checked out with 1,255. Look at these multiple redemptions. That's what you want to do, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you rat hole your money. It's not like you're putting a human being out every time you redeem. Every time you hit 100, redeem, redeem, redeem. And then it totals out nice to where you have quintupled your money. Chart here. There we go. We turned $248 into $1,255, 5.1x. Not too shabby. All right, this video is running a little bit long, but hey, that's a nice cherry on top, don't you think? All right, well, I know that was a lot, but it's kind of like drinking from a fire hydrant. We want to move quick. We want to get you registered with the casinos. We want to get you writing to the casinos. And the sooner you get all that going, the sooner you get paid.